Well, well, well. Look who's finally bought a proper modification for the 2023 BRZ. Boys, we have finally got our hands on some coilovers, and today we're going to be installing them. Welcome back, fellas. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Locke. This is my 23 BRZ, and today I've got some very special content for you guys because we are finally installing some base height adjustable coilovers. Now, you might be wondering, Locke, do you know how to install coilovers? All right, and the answer is not really, but you know, it can't be that hard. So we're going to give it a try and take you guys along with us. If you've got any questions, make sure you leave a comment down below. You can also follow me on Instagram right there, 00Locke. And most importantly, like the video and subscribe if you're new, because we got plenty more content to come. So without further ado, let's get into what coilovers I have purchased and how we're going to install them. So I have purchased some Silvers Neomax S edition coilovers. Now the S stands for street, I believe. So these are going to be nice and comfortable whilst on the street, but they also do have the capability to do the odd track day here and there. Eventually, I would like to start learning how to race this car on the track. So we've got some budget basic coilovers here that are capable for both the street and also the track, which is excellent. These do come with camber plates, so they are adjustable. You can change the camber to be negative or positive, and you also do have some dampening adjustment. I believe this one has about 40 levels of adjustment, so whatever that means, it's going to be plenty. We're going to be adjusting that to our comfort. These coilovers are also base height adjustable, which means you do not touch the top collar. That is the preload for the spring, which has already been set from the factory. So the way to adjust these coilovers is by adjusting the collar at the bottom and then spinning the coilover around to reduce the height between the two collars. And that's going to be the height of your coilover. Now, these coilovers also do come with some custom end links as well. These are adjustable, so once we adjust the height of our coilover, we are able to adjust the end link to match. First thing we're going to do is we're going to install the fronts first, and then we'll move on to the rears. So let's start by taking the wheel off, and let's get it going, fellas.
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's see where these lifting points are. Right, just between the pinch weld. Very nice. Okay, fellas, so we've taken the tire off, and I'll just show you the components of the original suspension. So as you can see, we've got our original strut here. We've got 2 bolts to take off here, which obviously connect to the brakes. We've also got this end link that needs to be removed and replaced. And then also we're going to have to unhook these brake lines as well and get those out of the way so we don't mess them up whilst we are replacing the suspension. All right, let's see if we can get this off. Oh, she's on a bit tight. We got it. There we go. Right, that's one bolt off. And now the second bolt. I've done the exact same, I've just banged it with a hammer or a mallet. Fellas, don't confuse your bolts up, all right? The top one is fatter and the bottom one is skinnier, all right? You can see right there. I'm guessing that kind of just pinches in like that. Yeah, can remove that. There we go. You just have to squeeze those two at the back. Right, so now that's released. Okay, now we're going to take off this end link. It's a 17mm. Oh, that was pretty easy. Okay guys, so just to show you what I've done so far, I've taken these two bolts out, the top and the bottom. I've now loosened these end links, I've taken the nut off, and I've also taken off this brake line as well. So the only thing holding the strut up is obviously these three bolts at the top. So once we take those bolts off, we should be able to release this and be able to get this end link bar out as well. That wasn't on too tight, that's good. This one will be the same, just a little, there we go. Whee! There we go. And that's how you remove your stock suspension. So as you can see here, I've got the stock suspension strut and the new Silvers coilover. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust this collar so we can determine the level of drop that we want on the car. We'll go and measure that up with some vernier calipers, and then we will come back and see what the difference is. So that's kind of the height adjustment I'm going for at the moment. Let's see how that goes. So it goes like that, hard and soft, cool. So we just got it sitting there at the moment. We put the nuts on top and make sure we've got hard and soft, and then we've got the camber adjustment to go side to side. Push us back into the strut, like so. Can we get the big one through? We can, let's go. So I've just put the ABS line back in, and now I can get this bracket here. So now all that's left is to reinstall the new end link that comes with the Silvers coilovers. These are adjustable, so we can adjust these to the exact height that we'd like, and we can reinstall. I'm just going to pop this one through first, make sure I've got my little washer. Pop that through. I'm going to tighten the nut, just kind of finger tight is what we usually do. Just going to tighten the front up first and get that nice and tight. All right, fellas, you can see I have tightened this sway bar end link, and it looks like it's going to sit above the control arm there, so we shouldn't be getting any knocking. Now we can just tighten up everything else and we can put the wheel back on. All right, now let's do the rears. All right, this one looks fairly simple actually. We don't have any lines that are connected to the suspension strut here. So it looks like all we have to do is remove probably these two bolts, maybe even this third one, and then the bolts holding it up the top, and it should be able to slide in and out. All right, cool. The end link's still attached, but obviously now that you can kind of push down on this control arm, we should be able to get the suspension out. So all we have to do now is pull the boot liner out so we can get to the nuts on the top of the suspension. All right, these are just held in with little pop clips, so just pop them out. All right, fellas, and there are your two bolts right there. So we're gonna undo those and get the suspension strut out. Wow, there we go. One rear suspension strut. Let's go. We've got our coilover now. Let's see if we can get this back up here without any help. It's not looking good, bruv. Stay, stay. Quickly come around here. Yeah. Kind of just jimmied it up there and it somehow stayed in position. We'll probably use the jack just a bit so we can line those holes up, but should be good. There's the sway bar. We'll just finger tighten that for now. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. The second bolt was easy for the suspension, but this last one, where it connects to the brakes, I was legit fighting for it for about 20 minutes just then, between takes. So just thought I'd let you know that this one really sucks. Now we can tighten them up, tighten the coilovers up, and put the wheel back on, and we're done. Yes, that's good to go. That's all fine. All right, let's put the tire back on. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize that this would take so bloody long. You know, everything takes like twice as long when I've got to film stuff for you. But, you know, it makes for good content, so it's worth it in the end. That's why it's dark right now. I literally did not think it would take this long, so I apologize if there is, you know, a bit of a difference in the lighting. It's a little bit harder to see, but hopefully you should be able to get everything that I've said and that I've done. It's pretty straightforward. Just a few bolts here and there and make sure things line up, etc. But, you know, all part of the process. Well, that is it. We have installed the coilovers to both the front side and the rear side. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's not really that low lock. And yes, I know I didn't want to go low considering I'm just on the stock tires because obviously you guys know what comes next. We want to put some proper nice JDM wheels on this car, and we're doing that very soon. So we may as well lower it to how we want to fit the wheels instead of just doing it twice, because, you know, I might lower it now, but I also want to lower it even more when I get the new wheels. So no point doing it twice, but just wanted to let you guys know. It'll probably still settle overnight just a little bit, might go down maybe like half an inch, but that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the install. It did get a little bit late, I understand, but hey, it is what it is. You know, got to get the content for you fellas. So if you really enjoyed, please let me know. Please give me a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And if you've got any overall questions, please let me know either in the comments section or you can DM me on Instagram. Always happy to help because there are a few little things that definitely took a lot longer than they should have, like just getting bolts back into place and all that kind of thing. So might be able to give you a few tips and tricks. But yeah, we've got some coilovers now. It's awesome. Now we just need to get some wheels and make them fit. So without further ado, boys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.